Why was slavery essential to the Southern economy? Imagine a time when the backbone of a region's wealth was built on forced labor. That's what happened in the American South, where slavery played a key role in shaping the economy. Slavery was vital because it provided the large workforce needed for plantation farming, especially for growing cotton, which became the most profitable crop. Before the Civil War, the South relied heavily on agriculture, and enslaved Black Americans worked under brutal conditions to plant, tend, and harvest crops. The invention of the cotton gin in 1793 sped up processing cotton, making it easier to produce and increasing demand. This led to a rapid rise in enslaved people in the South and a boom in cotton production. Cotton became a major export, fueling textile mills in the North and Europe. The domestic slave trade also grew into a huge economic activity. Enslaved people were forcibly moved from states like Virginia and Maryland to the Deep South to work on cotton plantations. This forced migration was one of the largest in U.S. history and caused immense suffering. Families were torn apart, and conditions worsened the farther south they were taken. The phrase "sold down the river" comes from this era, reflecting the harsh reality of being sent to harsher plantations. Slavery wasn't just about cotton. Enslaved Black Americans also worked on crops like tobacco, rice, and sugar. The wealth generated from these crops made a small group of white plantation owners very rich. They controlled most of the land and enslaved people, which kept the economy concentrated in their hands. Because of this, the South became very dependent on slavery and invested little in industries like manufacturing, transportation, or education. This made the South lag behind the North in economic growth and opportunities for ordinary white Southerners who didn't own enslaved people. Looking at Black American history, the story of slavery also includes resistance, survival, and cultural creation. Enslaved people developed skills, traditions, and community bonds that helped them endure. They resisted through slowdowns, breaking tools, rebellions, and escaping to freedom. Their labor and creativity built the wealth of the South, but they were denied the benefits of their work and faced violence and family separations. The effects of slavery still influence America today. Economic inequalities and racial divisions rooted in slavery continue to shape society. Understanding why slavery was essential to the Southern economy means recognizing not just the profits and production but also the human suffering involved and the ongoing fight for justice led by Black Americans throughout history.